Good morning, good morning, good morning. Joe La Bianca commenting first. I keep saying first because I was in Corinthians for so long. But Colossians 1:16. You ready? And then I'll comment. For by Jesus were all things created that are in heaven, that are on earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. Okay. Here is more wonderful information in the writings of Paul found nowhere else in the world. In the Bible, anywhere. Now, this may be hard for some to take, what I just read, but don't sweat it. Believe the gospel. Christ died and rose for your sins. Live up to that simple attainment. And in time, God will show you more and more. But this further information revealed by God is not further salvation. It's not more salvation. That falls under the heading of sanctification, God causing us to grow. Because it's not more salvation. The reason being, we already possess all things everywhere by faith in the cross alone, Paul said. Paul said it. He was dealing with selfishness, and he said, don't you realize that you possess all things, whether in heaven, everything in heaven, whether, me, Peter, this, that, Christ, we possessed it all. We possess it all by faith. So that eliminates Christian rewards in heaven. Because if every believer possesses all things in heaven, how could you get more than all? Christian rewards may be on earth, but then they're not in heaven. And if God rewards us, it's not with salvation or more salvation. It's for our upbringing, spiritual upbringing. Jesus created all things, even the condition of right standing with God. Do you know how much you owe Jesus? You can never pay him back, and he doesn't want you to, because these are all gifts. When you give someone a gift, the giver doesn't expect that you owe him now. Now, Jesus created things in the sky and on the earth. This tells me that Paul split the sky and the earth in half. Earth is as significant as the combination of everything in the sky. Earth was created before everything in the sky, according to the book of Genesis. Now, when unbelievers want to explain life on earth, since they know that it couldn't evolve on earth, they are now saying all this complexity of DNA was planted and seeded from another planet. It's an admission that their evolution isn't true, and they're admitting it. It's too complex DNA to have developed on its own, so they just push the question away to another planet. But they never addressed the question of who created the people on the other planet. Genesis is the only place where you can find a true origin explanation. Now, the earth is the center of God's attention, and according to the distribution of heavenly matter, it's the center of the universe, they discovered. They're discovering their way right out of unbelief. Amen. Jesus created everything physical and everything spiritual, excepting the eternal triune God. Triune means three. Jesus created thrones by putting national leaders in place for his purposes. And we think we elect people. If Jesus places leaders, why worry? Jesus ebbs and flows the world with his choices. All things were created by Jesus and for Jesus. So stop omitting giant populations of the world. I'm talking about these great enemies of each other, religion. Because everything was created by and for Jesus, so that means that everyone on earth, they were created for Jesus. Now, I got to go and be with some people who I want to be with, who are like-minded, and according to their mind, in a sense, are separated, not omitting other people, but for the reason of inviting other people, the whole world. Now, that's church. It's not a building. It's just church are people. And how many people does it make how many people does it take to make a church? Jesus said, where two or more are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst of them. So Jesus is everywhere, but he's in places in special helping ways, or ways that he's able to help. You see, so let me just write that down. The miracle. I don't want to forget. So if you have one other person that believes Jesus died and rose, and you stay with them, whatever day it is, and you just at that moment or a period of time dedicate to him, that's church. And Jesus is there in a special enabling and changing way. He's everywhere anyway, but Jesus went to a place and he couldn't do many miracles for their unbelief. You say Jesus couldn't do something? How could that be? It wasn't that he was unable. It was only because he was unwanted. Okay, guys.